What's up to my favorite bunch of beauties? Welcome back to Niecy W Beauty. My name is Denise or Niecy. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see and consider subscribing. If you are one of my longtime subscribers, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. This video is going to be my makeup basket for the week of July the 9th. And we are just going to get into it. I am going to tell you that I think that I only used 3 palettes this week. 3, which is not bad because it's more than half. But we are going to go ahead and jump in with my foundations. And the foundations that I pulled out for last week were the Sephora Best Skin Ever foundations in 50N and 35N, which I mixed together. And every time I use those, I enjoy. So that goes without saying. Along with the foundations, I also pulled out the Best Skin Ever concealers, 35N and 50N. Those were good for me last week. I did not use my Bare Minerals bronzer in the shade Kiss of Rose. Did not use that. I did use the Gucci blush in the shade Warm Berry. And I actually think I used this in my Monday morning makeup. Of course, I used my Danessa Myricks Evolution Powder. I have it in the shade 3. Sorry. And of course, enjoyed using that. Did I use this? Every time I say that I am going to pull this out and use it, first of all, I'm pissed off because this thing is too hard to open. No, I'm going to put this back in my basket. This is the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in She's Baked. And I only sort of swatched it. I didn't use it. And I want to use it, so I'm going to put it back in my basket. I don't think I used this either. The Sydney Grace cream blush in Petunia, which looks like that. This is a super pigmented blush, but I don't, unless I use that no, I don't think I used it. I did use the Thrive Cosmetics triple threat color stick. This is the bronzer part, the bronzer version of it in Senate, Seniat. I did use that. I do like this. This is a very nice subtle bronzer. Let's talk about bronzers really quick. Well, I'll tell you when I get to the stuff I'm pulling out this week. And let's see, palettes. So I did use, and I am so happy that this palette got some use, the Pat McGrath Mothership 9 Utopian Dream, and that looks like this. So we did get some use out of that. I really like this palette. Now, the one that surprised me is the one that I got the most compliments from last week, and this is the Kaleidos Futurism 7 Sashimi City. And I don't know, it's right there. And that looks like this. And I had patients and co-workers like this eyeshadow palette, and I think what they liked the most is this shade, and it is, let's see, you have to keep the little thing because that's the only way you know the shades. Pink Ginger, yeah, Pink Ginger, because when I put it on, it kind of had a glittery effect to it, as well as it's a duochrome. And I keep throwing my things in the trash. It's a duochrome, and I had a patient specifically say that the palette was very subtle but very pretty. So, so I would say that that palette was a success for me last week. And I used the Nubian Earth palette. And let's see. That looks like that. And that is that. It just is what it is. It was a neutral eyeshadow palette. Let's close this one back up as well. Okay. The two eyeshadow palettes that I did not use. No, so it's only one I didn't use. This one I used in my Monday morning makeup. So we'll count that as a use. And this is the Cosmic Wanderer palette from Terra Moons. And it looks like this. Really pretty. Oh, that look that I did last week for my Monday morning makeup went way overboard, but it was okay. So the only palette that I did not use, and I keep pulling it out and not using it, is the Circle Logo palette. So this palette is so pretty. I think I'm going to put it back in to my basket along with the other palettes. I am almost at a state this time that that thing is going to stay in there until I use it. Because even though I got it on sale, that palette costs too much money not to be using it. So we're just going to leave it in there. Now, the palettes that I have for this week, and this one you will see in my Monday morning makeup, and I used it today, is the Dose of Color She's a 10. This is their anniversary palette. 10th anniversary, and I call it the 20th anniversary. And it looks like that. So very much a neutral palette. And I pulled out the Up Beauty. Is this the Allure palette? These palettes have different names. I think this is the Allure Black Magic. I don't know what the name is. It says Uma Black Magic palette on the front, but it says Allure on the back. Anyway, that is what it looks like in the front, on the front of the palette. And then this is the color story on the inside. I don't think I have had a chance to use that yet, so I pulled it out. I also pulled out the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. And it looks like this. So really pretty, and I felt it. And I also wanted to use a Lorac palette, so I pulled out the Lorac Pro 4, I believe this one is, which looks like this, and it looks like this on the inside. I really wish they would bring back the original Lorac Pro palettes. I don't know who makes decisions, but they don't make the right ones. And I wanted to do a red orange, maybe sunset type of look. So I pulled out the Beauty Bay Sunset Horizons palette. And it looks like this. So yes, we can see red, orange, yellow, whatever looks in my future this week. And the last palette I pulled out is going to be iffy because it is, I gotta, look, so why do they give you this thing with numbers on it? That is going in the trash. Anyway, it is the Glam Light and Scooby-Doo 25 color palette, and it has that, I forgot what you call it, lenticular motion. Is it lenticular motion? I think it is. So the sticker on the front of it, and then this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. This was, I don't know, for whatever reason, They had this on sale, and I think it was for May only, which I thought was wild. Like, why would you do that? You should sell them until they're gone. But anyway, so I did pull that palette out to use this week. As far as bronzers and blushes, I just dropped one. Hang on. These are honorable mentions because I think these are just good for just having around to go with other palettes, and these are the Viseart palettes. So I'm just gonna make space for these on my table just in case I need like a particular color that's not in another palette. So for a blush, I did pull out the Glamlight and Scooby-Doo Blush Duo palette, and this also has the lenticular motion. They only have Daphne and Velma on here. Oh, and Scooby-Doo. And then this is what the blushes look like. So you have a thumbprint and a flower. And the only other blush palette that I pulled out is from NARS, and this is the Rising Star Cheek palette, and it looks like this. So that is it for blushes. For bronzers, I pulled out, so this is going to be bronzer and highlight. I pulled out the True Complexion Contour palettes from Black Radiance, and I have them in medium to dark and then dark to deep because I don't know which one I am. But this is what the dark to deep one looks like. That is indeed a contour shade. This is what the medium to dark one looks like. I used that one today. Okay, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. So I have this very noticeable kind of stripe on the side of my face. That is from this medium to dark palette. This shade right here. It just kind of went there, and I cannot get that thing off. So y'all gonna see me in the rest of my videos this week with like almost a Nike sign on the side of my face because I can't get this stuff off. So that's that. Very pigmented. So those are the bronzer slash highlighter palettes. For powder, I pulled out the Kosas Cloud Set powder in the shade Softly, and packaging and powder. And for foundation, I pulled out the Makeup Forever HD Skin. I have it in 4x60, and I do have that on today up under all of this bronzer situation gone wrong. Concealer, I have the Mally the Plush Pen Brightening Concealer, and I have it in the shade Rich. You can kind of see it through that window. And we'll stick that in there. And everything else is my lip colors for the week. And we will throw this. So I did pull out the two shades that I got from Dose of Colors from their 10th anniversary collection. So we have the shade Black Rose and we have the shade Nude Rose, and these are matte liquid lipsticks. I do have on the shade Black Rose today. Looks a little bit darker than it looks in the tube, but I still like it. I pulled out the shade, well, let's see what the shade is. Nosy Rosy, the Fenty, whatever they call these icon refillable thingies. And the shade I have is Nosy Rosy, and this is from her summer collection. And I pulled out one in the shade, and this is one of her original packaging. Ballin' Babe, which is sort of just a darker nude shade. Make sure she clicks back in there because she just fell on the floor. All right. I also pulled out a lipstick from Buxom, and it's just in the shade. This is one of their Full Force lipsticks in the shade Dolly Dreamer. And Dolly Dreamer looks like that. And then I have one gloss, and this is from Juvia's Place. This is the shade Bronzed Rose, and it looks like that. And I think that's it, you all. That is my makeup basket for the week. I think it is a little bit ambitious here, but we'll see what we do. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and don't let your day be a waste of makeup. Bye.